Probably this one.
That chimpanzee just made a stone tool, and that one's hunting with a
I
spear.
can't pause. Like what? My hello? Hello?
If this looks like the Stone Age to you,
Hello?
you're not
Hello?
wrong. They've wielded stone tools for thousands of years, and some are virtually identical to those crafted by our own.
Are we okay? Chimpanzees have entered the Stone Age. Now, I want to say, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I really don't know. Obviously, I watch Planet of the Apes, but it's not gonna be like Planet of the Apes. Cause I don't think that we would do something so stupid like that as to giving apes some type of things where they could get that smart. But I do believe if if apes keep, if monkeys, if they keep going, I think the furthest they could get to, like building like homes, not no crazy stuff though, not no, like no electricity, but like a little mud house or something, like a wood house or rock house, something like that. They could probably get that going. Probably cook up a little kitchen. Nah, they can't do no kitchen. I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
That chimpanzee just made a stone tool, and that
That
one's
is so
hunting
loud.
with a spear. If this looks like the Stone Age to you, you're not wrong. They've wielded stone tools for thousands of years, and some are virtually identical to those crafted by our own ancestors.
Yeah, like I think they get to this point. I don't know if they build houses though. I don't know if they build houses though, like a little rock house, something like that. Like make tools to like eat or something like that, or like hunt. No, they don't. I don't think they eat meat actually. I don't know what they eat. I think they eat plants, but they can make like I think they can make like little tools and stuff though.
So are they truly in the Stone Age or just standing on the edge? Let's find out.
For decades, researchers thought tool use is what separated us from the other animals, what made us human. That was until a revolutionary primatologist conducted a study in the 1960s. Jane Goodall ventured into the remote Gombe Stream National Park in Tanzania. One day, she witnessed chimpanzees at a termite mound repeatedly poke stalks of grass into the holes. The termites would bite onto the grass defensively, allowing the chimp to pull them out and eat them.
Oh, see. Like I really want to know like if we can really see what goes on in like any animal brain, not even just an animal, but do a bug or something. I don't know if that's even possible. Like you could see what they're thinking. I don't know how to explain. Like you put like the little patches on their head, and they look around, and then while they thinking, it's like a screen, and it visualize like kind of sort of what they're thinking. Get what I'm saying? Like in a way like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. Because I've always wondered like what that look like. What is he thinking? Like you at the zoo, you just see a gorilla. He just sitting there like that. He just sitting and eating. Like, what is he thinking? Is he just thinking about like what he's eating, or is he thinking about like all these people, or not even people? He don't even know what a person is, but like all these things around me looking at me, or what? Like I don't know. I feel like that's I don't know. I gotta look it up. I'm
Astonished
gonna
at
look
her
it up. Can we
discovery,
see what animals
Goodall
think?
told paleoanthropologist Louis Leakey, who wrote, "Now we must redefine
Can we
tool,
see
redefine
what
man, or accept
animals
chimpanzees
think?
as human. Tools are evolutionary."
Okay. Wow. It says yes, we can infer what animals are thinking through scientific methods like neural scans, behavior studies, and analyzing vocalizations or gestures. While we cannot directly read their minds, research shows many animals process complex cognition, emotion, self-awareness, and the ability to solve problems. Including birds and octopuses have shown a capacity for future planning, memory, and a sense of fairness, challenging the belief that these are uniquely human traits. Hold on, sense of fairness. What is? Hold on. I need that in a sentence. Wait, what if I just put it up over here? What am I doing? That sense of fairness is an innate scientifically backed in human drive that fosters social cooperation, trust, and don't dogs have that? And cats, I think. I didn't know octopuses. Wait, what is octi? No, it's octopuses. I didn't know octopuses had that. That's tough. Okay. Okay, but so basically we can't see though. We can't see what they think. I don't know. I think we
They're
gotta.
game changers.
I'm figure
They
something out. I'm
unlock
gonna figure something
resources that
out.
would otherwise be impossible to reach. In the case of termite fishing, the stick directly aids chimpanzees in acquiring this food source. But this is far from their only tool. Further research has found that chimpanzees actually use over 20 different tools.
Yo, he kind of chop.
One of the most important is their use of stone tools. Stone hammers are used to smash open hard nuts against anvil stones. This lets them consume abundant calories they otherwise would have no chance in eating. A recent paper looked closely at this behavior and found something fascinating. Using stone tools to open nuts is not present in every population. Chimps in seasonal, resource-scarce environments exploit nuts more often. But the study also looked closer at the
I think they have the same IQ of like a 6-year-old or something.
hammers and
I
anvils
think.
themselves.
Let me look it up.
They found that they differ regionally and choose a certain
Does
hammer
a
stone size depending on the hardness of the
chimpanzee
nut.
have
The so-called
the
anvils that they
IQ
smash
of
the nuts
a
against are usually just large flat stones
6-year-old?
that happen to be near the nut trees. These anvils are fairly distinct archaeologically.
Chimpanzees have generally considered the ability of a 3-year-old, not 6. But sometimes superior memory and problem-solving skills. The intellectual compatibilities do not develop beyond this level, as they lack the capacity for complex, abstract human thought. So it's 3 to 3.5. Uh,
And researchers have found evidence that their use goes back at least
They say that they
4,300
lack
years,
the brain structures
meaning
required
that
for
this behavior
abstract
likely
thought and
extends far
advanced.
into
Well, of course, yeah,
prehistory.
language.
What is also interesting to note is
But
that some
advanced
populations do
thought.
not smash nuts at all, meaning some
So they stupid.
chimpanzee populations are more technologically advanced than others. Another important tool that chimpanzees use are spears. Yeah, that's right. They make their own spears by
What is that?
taking off a sturdy stick and biting the tip to form a sharp end. They use these weapons
What is that?
to stab into the burrows of bush babies,
What
which are
is
some
that?
of the
What is
cutest
that?
animals on the planet. They jam the stick into the burrow, killing the animal, and then they use the stick to get the animal out.
This my
These
mic
spears
volume
seem
is
to be used
maxed. Why am I so
exclusively for hunting animals
low?
that they physically cannot get to.
I gotta have it like right up to
They
my
have never
face.
been witnessed using them against one another. However, chimpanzees have been documented using sticks and branches to hit each other. They
I watched Planet of the Apes. They do that. They did that.
even throw rocks during aggressive encounters. It seems that they have already had their 2001 Space Odyssey moment.
Oh, this the original. I never seen the original. I don't care to see the original. I thought no. No, I used to think that this was like I used to think that Planet of the Apes and this one were connected. Like this was the first one and then Planet of the Apes happened after. But it's like the newer one is like a reboot. So they're not connected. But I thought that this one was like the actual first movie and then the Planet of the Apes one was like years and years after this movie. If this is even
So
that movie, I
chimpanzees
don't
use
know.
rocks to crack open nuts, they fish for termites, and they even stab prey with spears. So have they truly entered the Stone Age? Well, they are far from the only animals to use tools. Orangutans use sticks to fish for insects and honey. You may have
I thought we classified all of them as like one joint. Okay.
even seen this image of an orangutan spearfishing. While it is true that this orangutan was imitating some fishermen he was watching, he was unsuccessful and pretty much just splashed a stick at the water, so it's not impressive as it might seem.
I mean, it kind of still is though because he seen someone do it and then he did it. I feel like that's not this nigga ugly though, but that's cool.
Apparently after this shot, he ended up stealing a fish that was already hooked by a fisherman. So I guess that's a win. But plenty of other primates like capuchin monkeys use stones on a daily
What
basis
are
to
you
open
talking
shellfish.
about?
Even otters use stones to open
Yeah, I
shellfish.
seen that.
Crows fish with sticks, and
Otters are not what you
octopuses
think
use
they
shells
are.
for protection. Tool use is not exclusive to humans nor primates. So then what set our ancestors apart? Well, our ancestors took stone tools to another level by modifying
These
them.
niggas was ugly though, bro. Like, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like, these was some ugly people, bro. Like, I don't even know how we even came from these joints. Like, bro, we dead monkeys, bro. Bro, just chop after chop, bro. Like, nah, bro. Why all these men? What are women at? Like, I don't even understand how they was reproducing looking like that. And you know they was stinking, bro. because they did not know what water and stuff was. And yeah, like, you some ugly people. Ugly people. That ass. Like, yeah. Chop,
them.
bro.
By
They
smashing
chop.
stones together, they broke off sharp stone edges which could cut. This opened up all kinds of new resources for our ancestors.
That's chop,
Just as the
bro.
termite sticks or spears allow chimpanzees to extract calories out of their environment,
Like, realistically, bro, chimpanzees literally look better than them. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, a chimpanzee literally looks better than what these called? Homo sapiens, bro. Genus. Like, come on, bro. Y'all niggas ain't got no genes in y'all. But literally a chimpanzee looks better than him, bro. Like, no cap. I would rather crack the chimpanzee than crack him. Realistically, bro.
sharp stone tools allowed our ancestors to do the same. On the savannas where we evolved, carnivores are constantly killing prey and leaving their carcasses with plenty of meat and bone marrow left over. A study looking at zebras killed by lions found that on average, 33 pounds
That what that boy did? That what they did to that boy?
or 15 kilograms of meat was left over. That is roughly 20,000 calories in meat alone, not to mention the marrow. This would have met the daily requirements of about 27 early hominins. But to harvest this meat, our ancestors needed the sharp edges of stone to cut through tendons, scrape off meat, and break into the brains and marrow. This was one of humanity's biggest breakthroughs, and it's not far off.
This is what I find crazy though. Cause we evolved, but we can't eat raw meat. So they were eating raw meat, is what I'm hearing. Cause they didn't know how to, they wasn't cooking. Come on, bro. They weren't slapping no bit on no grill, no campfire, bro, singing the campfire song. They were eating that shit straight up raw. So what happened in the genes that made it so we couldn't eat raw meat anymore? Cause why can't we eat raw meat no more, bro, if they was eating that hell?
Off of what chimpanzees are currently doing in Africa. The earliest modified stone tools are 3.3 million years old. We don't know who was making them. It was most likely our ancestors or close relatives.
Right, they got to eat raw meat.
It could have even been the ancestors of chimpanzees. What we do know is that stone tool use wouldn't catch on until around 2.4 million years ago, when hominids started selecting stone that could hold a sharp edge. And then they learned
they didn't have teeth or jaws to tear off flat. Well, I don't think we can either.
How to produce efficient tools.
Here's an example of the kinds of tools that our ancestors were using well over 2 million years ago. It's really just a sharp flake of stone, but it's an incredibly useful tool for cutting through flesh and also pounding through bones and other objects.
So who was the first person to season food?
Though it's extremely simple, it was an evolutionary game changer for our ancestors.
Many paleoanthropologists would argue that the intentional development of a cutting edge has to be the lower bound of the Stone Age. Otherwise, otters and capuchins are also in the Stone Age. Chimpanzees have never been documented in the wild creating a sharp stone tool, but they are limited for a number of reasons. First of
Hold on, this door is annoying me already.
all, fine-grained stones that create sharp edges when broken, such as flint, are not common in the modern range of chimpanzees.
Oh, my leg.
Most of the time it is thick jungle, and the stones they have access to are basically useless for cutting. Our ancestors, on the other hand,
like they could listen to music. I wonder what would happen if you put too slimy in a monkey's eardrum. Like you put some AirPods in his ears, and then you just blast too slimy. Like I wonder what he gonna do. I wonder if he like go rabbit out, geek out, get violent, or he go smooth. Or like if you play Drake in his ear, like say he angry, and you play like, and I got that drink, could be purple, it could be paint. Like is he gonna calm down? You know, he go, feel me? Like, I wonder what would happen if you show him music.
Lived across open, rocky savannas that often had sources of quality stone. But just because chimpanzees don't have access to the right raw materials for knapping stone, doesn't mean they lack the intelligence to understand it. So researchers had a bold idea. What if we simply taught a chimpanzee how to flint knap? Meet Kanzi, a language-competent bonobo, who was taught to flint knap in the early 1990s. Bonobos are a closely related cousin of chimpanzees, often seen as more socially intelligent. Kanzi was especially intelligent. He even learned how to play Minecraft. But it was this video of him flint knapping that honestly blew my mind. They first focused on showing him how to knock off flakes through percussion, which is what I'm doing here. You literally hit one rock against another rock in order to knock off a stone flake. So now let's watch some incredible close-up footage of Kanzi napping.
Dang, what if one day they do this and the monkey like make a weapon, bro? He just
Oh, look there what Kanzi made. That's really perfect. Oh, look at that one.
they too
thank
strong,
you.
bro. I ain't
They
gonna
would
lie.
really cut things good.
Kanzi was able to knock off flakes consistently, and after a while, he even came up with his own methods of flint napping.
They too strong,
Instead of
bro.
using the hammerstone in his hand, he started throwing it at the core. This may have helped him overcome challenges unique to the hands of chimpanzees, or to protect his fingers. But how fascinating
But
is it
does
that
he
he
know what
invented
he
a new
like? Does he know what he's doing, or is he just hitting the rock? Get what I'm saying? Like, does he know what he's going to end up making, or he just hitting it because they told him to hit that?
flint napping technique? After 2 years of practice, researchers decided it was finally time to put his skills to the test. They gave him an unmodified core of flint and a hammerstone. Nearby was a clear box with fruit inside. It was held shut by a thick nylon cord. In order to get to his reward, he would have to hit off a large sharp flake to cut through the cord. During the trial, knocking off flakes was not a problem for the trained bonobo. However, some of these flakes were too small, so he would try again. He would select the largest flakes and assess their sharpness by looking at the edge and testing it on his tongue. Eventually, he knocked off a large flake and was able to cut open the box. This process was repeated 11 times, producing an abundance of data and artifacts.
Okay.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. When researchers analyzed the bonobo-made artifacts, they found something remarkable. Many of them were virtually indistinguishable from the tools that our ancestors made 2 million years ago. The flakes had striking platforms, bulbs of percussion, and sharp usable edges. The ones he decided to use were the largest and sharpest tools. His method of assessing the sharpness with his tongue may have been the same way our ancestors assessed sharpness, but there were differences too. Our ancestors usually knocked off flakes at around 80 degrees to consistently produce long flakes. Kanzi's flakes averaged nearly 90 degrees, essentially right angles. This is the maximum angle at which these materials will fracture at all. This tells us that Kanzi did not have quite as complex an understanding of flint napping as our ancestors did 2 million years ago, and this may also be due to chimpanzee hands not being as dexterous as ours. Our lineage has been napping stone for well over 2 million
I'm gonna have to
years.
watch this video too.
Modern human hands are quite literally evolved to nap stone. It was only in the past 5,000 years or so that most of us stopped. Kanzi's flint napping was impressive, but it was notably worse than, say, Homo erectus.
Who that?
Either way, it gives us a window into what the earliest sharp stone tools would have looked like. Our minds were already capable of understanding how to create sharp stone edges, and our dexterous hands came later. In another study conducted 14 years later, Kanzi had clearly become more adept at making and using stone tools. Kanzi and another bonobo used stone to break into logs and dig, both getting a reward if successful.
Man, he just smacked bro. in the
Kanzi used
top.
flakes like a drill, rotating them to bore deeper into the log. He used larger flakes as wedges to pry into the logs and even used them to chop. In another part of the experiment, he used flakes as shovels to dig into tough sediment to retrieve food. It's interesting to note that Kanzi was far more successful than the other less trained bonobo, indicating that his training really did pay off and allowed him to access these resources. Kanzi lived on for about a decade doing all kinds of
They got this monkey roasting marshmallows. I'm not gonna lie, that's the most impressive thing I've seen today. I don't know why that just got me so hyped. I don't know why they got me more hyped than like him actually making the tools, bro. Wow.
fun scientific studies before
But they
sadly
got him. Wow, he roasted. They got him on Minecraft, and he got diamonds. He got diamonds, gold, and iron ingots too. So he smelted them.
passing away in March of 2025.
But he got no armor with an iron block with an iron ingot out. How you get an iron ingot? You ain't got no pickaxe in your hotbar.
These studies show that with human interaction or training,
I don't
bonobos
know,
and chimpanzees can produce intentional stone tools, leaving wear patterns comparable to early human artifacts. Such tool production and utilization competencies
So they type
are
on
extremely
Homo
similar to the
sapien IQ
competencies of
level.
early humans such as Homo habilis
What
and Homo
is
erectus.
that? These are not real people.
These are extremely similar to the competencies of early humans such as Homo habilis and
Homo habilis. I only thought it was Homo sapiens. What is a Homo habilis? What are we talking about here? What is this? But this ain't even a person. Who this? You got Homo sapien, halabis. Who are these people? Is an extinct species, Arctic human from the early, whatever that is, East South Africa, about 2.4. Dang, these things, they dead, bro. I don't get the diff. Like, what's the difference between them? Like, what's the difference between that and a Homo sapien? Oh no, they're the most common widespread species of primate, and the only species of the genus Homo. They are great ape. They are great apes characterized by hairlessness. So okay, Homo sapien. Then we got Homo erectus, the first human species to evolve a human-like body. Hold on, huh? Laziness led to the extinction of. Wow, wow. So the reason why they're extinct is because of their own laziness. They were lazy, used least effort strategies for tool making and collecting resources, and they killed themselves. I don't really understand. Is it just because they all live in like different places? Like a Homo, whatever this is, hey, Dale, Burgen, Burgenis is a species human of Europe and Africa, as well as potentially Asia. But these ones, they left Africa and colonized Asia and Europe. So they were born in Europe and Africa, but they migrated to Asia and Europe to wield fire. So these boys made the fire. I thought that Homo sapiens made the fire. Yo, this is getting confusing.
And Homo erectus.
It's getting confusing.
A 2021 study on untrained chimpanzees showed that they did not spontaneously create or use sharp flake stone tools, even when provided with materials, suggesting extensive social learning or training is necessary for this behavior. We know that chimpanzees have to learn how to process nuts with stones and anvils from their relatives who teach them the technique. It's a cultural innovation. In order for wild chimpanzees to start flaking their own stone
Is that
tools,
obsidian?
they would have to have quality stone available to them, and importantly, a reason to create sharp tools. Without direct human intervention, this seems unlikely. But funny enough, capuchin monkeys in Brazil are accidentally achieving what we consider a human milestone. They use stone hammers to open fruits and nuts, but also for a far stranger reason. They smash rocks together to create dust which they then lick up. Scientists really have no idea why they do this. Maybe it's to help them get some minerals into their diet.
I think they just sneaky, bruh.
Regardless of why they do it,
I think
they
they
happen
just
to create
sneaky.
stone flakes that are virtually identical to early human tools in Africa. These stone flakes have been found in Brazil in layers dating back over 50,000 years ago. At first, it was thought that humans were in the region tens of thousands of years before we thought, but it now seems it was actually capuchin monkeys leaving a seemingly human signature. So ironically, capuchin monkeys have unintentionally entered the Stone Age before our closest relatives. So are chimpanzees in the Stone Age? Kind of, but not really. They've been hunting with spears and cracking nuts with stone hammers for thousands of years. And Kanzi proved that bonobos can flintnap when taught.
He knew they was taking a picture that day.
Yet wild individuals have never made a cutting tool on their own, at least as far as we
He
know.
knew they was taking a pic that day.
Not because they lack the cognitive capacity, but because they lack the necessity. The story of our own species likely mirrors this pattern.
Like, I wonder what if we just found one of them? I don't know, some way, somehow he's frozen, she's frozen, it's frozen, it's not dead. Cause are they like naturally stronger than us? Since, like, let me see, is a Homo sapien, is a Homo sapien human stronger than a, what do I put, average man? Yeah, okay, yeah. So Homo sapiens were significantly stronger than an average modern man due to because of how they life are. They possess higher grip strength, greater overall physical conditioning, and denser bones compared to modern man. But like, bro, they stronger, man. Oh, but they're not stronger than bodybuilders or professional athletes. Higher testosterone percentages lead to more robust muscles, muscle mass, and stronger bones. Prehistoric humans maintain on average higher fitness levels compared to modern day athletes or individuals doing intense manual labor rather than okay. That's robust bone. Dang. So who will win in a fight though? Average man, average Homo sapien. Who win in a fight? Like that's what I'm saying. Like Homo sapiens and Neanderthals are two different things. I thought they were the same, bro. Bro, that's too much. Hold on.
A young
Hold
director.
on. Neanderthals were 5'4" to 5'5". Am I Neanderthal? Oh my gosh. I might be
We
reincarnated.
exploited carcasses with sharp stone tools to get access to an
I might be
entirely new food
reincarnated.
source. During severe droughts or food scarcity, tool-using apes had a much better chance at surviving. This feedback loop favored an increasing reliance on tools.
Okay.